I invite you to rise in body or spirit, and let us confess our faith today in the words of the Sparkle Creed.
By popular demand, the Sparkle Creed. That's right. Some friends of mine have asked me to respond to this, so let's watch it in its entirety, and then we'll respond to it.
Creed. I believe in the non-binary God, whose pronouns are plural. I believe in Jesus Christ, their child, who wore a fabulous tunic and had 2 dads, and saw everyone as a sibling child of God. I believe in the rainbow spirit, who shatters our image of one white light and refracts it into a rainbow of gorgeous diversity. I believe in the Church of Everyday Saints, as numerous, creative, and resilient as patches on the AIDS quilt, whose feet are grounded in mud and whose eyes gaze at the stars in wonder. I believe in the calling to each of us that love is love is love. So, beloved, let us love. I believe, glorious God, help my unbelief. Amen.
Wow. Some of you probably know from the news that that is a Lutheran church, and Martin Luther must be rolling in his grave. So this is clearly a twisting of the Apostles' Creed. So what are creeds? Well, historically, there are 2 major creeds. They are the Apostles' Creed and the Nicene Creed, or Niceno-Constantinopolitan Creed, because the Nicene Creed was changed slightly at the Council of Constantinople. But it's very important to note that whenever there were changes, there were big problems almost every single time. Why were the creeds developed? Well, the creeds were developed to communicate specific, particular truths that we as Christians believe. So they're still very relevant in formulating your beliefs, probably right now, whether you realize it or not, because the vast majority of historical Christians were illiterate. So the thought of reproducing Bibles to give out to everybody was really not even part of the thought process in the early church, but rather defending their faith from particular heretics who assaulted the divinity of Jesus Christ. And that is really what formed the backbone of these creeds. They are statements of faith which were baptismal and were also defensive in nature. Note that defensive means exclusive. We exclusively believe this, but there's nothing defensive or exclusive about the Sparkle Creed. It's obviously born out of an inclusivity agenda. Wow. But at any rate, in addition to that, and probably more importantly than that, let's take a look at what the Bible has to say. Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then Jesus told his disciples, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it." And folks, that is the most essential response that I have for you, that you should have. That's self-denial, not self-fulfillment, not self-actualization, not self-acceptance. Self-denial is one of the most essential features of the Bible from front to cover. Paul the Apostle says, "I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me." These types of movements, I ask that you pray for them, but that is the response that you should have for them, with mercy and love. That self-denial is the key to humility and Christ likeness. God bless you all.